Hello everyone, I'm Brian McCormick and you're watching MTG Rocks. We had a request on the channel to run a black deck for the new counter event. So I've been brewing a mono black artifact based deck. This deck uses cards such as Phyrexian Scriptures to really capitalize on all the artifacts we can run in this format. So Phyrexian Scriptures reads, put a +1 counter on one target creature, it becomes an artifact type in addition to its other types. Part 2 of Sire, we get to destroy all non-artifact creatures. This is great at wiping the board against all the aggro decks in the format. We've also got Treasure Map to provide a long-term card advantage, which works well with Karn, Scion of Ona, which can pump out, Karn, Scion of Urza, which can pump out colorless construct artifact tokens each turn. We've also got Rampaging Monument, which has Trample and has 3 counters. Iron Bully, which has Menace and gets counters. Ugin's Conjurant is colorless, but is one of the best cards in the format. Chamber Sentry is quite possibly the best card in the counter format, and it is a artifact. Price of Betrayal is good at destroying planeswalkers or creatures our opponent control, and then Cast Down and Walk the Plank is our regular removal suite. And we do have 4 Karn's Bastion in our mana base to help us proliferate and outrace our opponent. So that is our deck, and we're going to go ahead and play this in the counter format. So far I have something around 50 or 60 wins in the counter format, just play testing various decks. I've noticed a lot of people still are not embracing the format like they should be and just play mono red or Esper control. I do have a fairly decent game versus mono red, but Esper control can be kind of rough. But this deck is great against all the aggro builds. So usually we want to wait to use Price of Betrayal until they have a Planeswalker or until their creature is really big. That way we can attack back for more damage. Alright, so now we'll just play our Treasure Map. And we won't trade creatures here. Looks like we might be playing against Grixis control. So I'm going to put a counter on Iron Bully so it can start proliferating. And once his token gets up to 5/5, I may Price of Betrayal it and then try and attack. Although he may have Ritual of Suit and just wipe our board. Wow, that's a lot of Price Betrayals. She'll attack with Iron Bully because it has Menace. He needs 2 creatures to block it. So he's probably considering using Lightning Strike, maybe? I don't know. Bedevil. Okay. You waited till end of turn? Sure, so let's Scry in response. I don't think I want Iron Bully, although it's good. I don't need 4 Price Betrayals, that's for sure. Alright, a land seems fine here. So we'll Walk the Plank, Nicol Bolas. We'll Price of Betrayal this. I guess I should have waited to Scry. I got too excited. Let's see. Do I want this on top or the bottom? I think there's better stuff I can get at this point. Like a Karn would be nice. Especially versus a Grixis control deck. Again, a very uninspired deck by our opponent. Well, he's running Dreadhorde Invasion. I take that back. That's at least something interesting. No, yeah, he's running a real deck. I thought he was just running straight up Grixis control. Alright, so... we probably should have Scryed on our upkeep. I think I'll wait to kill that. So let's Scry. I don't think I want another treasure map, although it can be good. It'll take a few turns to build it up. And I'm going to go ahead and attack. He's at 11 life. Sure. Alright, so before that gets to 6 power, we'll probably use Price of Betrayal. That does cost him a life every turn, so I think we're going to beat him because of the life loss on Dreadhorde Invasion. He doesn't have many ways to prevent that. In his colors, the best he can do is return Dreadhorde to his hand when he's at a low life total. Sure. So next turn that'll go to 5 probably. No, it went to 5 this turn. My mistake. Alright, so we want to Price of Betrayal it now. Attack. I'll sacrifice a treasure to draw. Chamber Sentry, alright. Play another treasure map. And play a Chamber Sentry. Alright. Well, he's got 3 turns to do something about his own Dreadhorde Invasion. Alright, so I have to discard that Price of Betrayal, unfortunately. Alright, so let's get a Scry in. That's actually not bad. It's got Trample. I think I'm fine with that. We should be able to win at the end of our turn by taking off the counters on Chamber Sentries. Actually, we could win now. Yeah, I'll just proliferate. Yep, treasure counter gets a 1-2. Alright, and pay 3 to deal it to his face. X equals 2. No, alright. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Though it didn't really matter. Unless he had a way to deal with Dreadhorde Invasion, we were going to win. Alright, so we beat a little unique Grixis Bolus counter build. Alright, 2 Phyrexian Scriptures. Good versus aggro if we can draw more land, but we're very high curve here. Mono red. Oh, he's adjusted to the format with Chamber Sentry. Normally you don't want to play Chamber Sentry turn 1. You want to wait, get your free zombie army. More card advantage. You basically gave up a card by doing that. And an early scoop. Okay. You get the one-lander. I mean, okay, got some removal. Simic, that's one of the better colors right now. So I'll probably want to play Iron Bullies in my future turns and then save these. Ooh, Growth Chamber's a high priority target, so I think we might be able to win by racing him though. He doesn't adapt this turn. That's a good sign for us. Ooh, Wild Growth Walker though. I feel like he wants to play Branch Walker rather than adapt that yet. So, do I want to kill anything? Maybe not. I don't think he wants to double block here. Suppose I should have maybe attacked with the Conjurant. I don't know, a double block might not be favorable there. Alright, so next turn I'm going to walk the plank and then probably price the zombie army. And then try and win with these Iron Bullies that have menace. Ew, I wish it was a land. Thing about Branch Walker is it's terrible if you draw a land in this format. It's good if you don't, but... Alright, well... That's bad for him. Yeah, what do we want to make bigger? I guess I'll save the Conjurant. Do I want to waste the Price of Betrayal even though I destroy everything next turn? Oh, I think I'm fine. Yeah, this Phyrexian Scriptures is going to be huge on our next turn. Plus he has River's Rebuke to bounce it and all my creatures with that mystery card. Alright, well that's going to do a good job of replenishing his hand after we wipe the board. Donna's Climb, that's a good card. Alright, so we just take 5 here and don't lose anything. Suppose I could have chumped the bigger creature with that since it's going to die on my turn. Alright. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 19 damage with the Karn's Bastion. Alright, well he's got a small glimmer of hope here, but we've got 2 removal spells. He's got to play 2, 3, 4, 5 chump blockers. Yeah, Iron Bullies are mean. Alright, so we'll keep this a slow hand. Ooh, this could be tough versus mono white. Well, we do have Walk the Plank to deal with one of his threats. Whoa, what is he doing? Doesn't have any early play. And he scoops, okay. Sure. That was weird. Upbound Phantasm. How many wins do we have so far? 59. I believe I still get booster packs whenever I win every 15 wins or something like that. So I've already got all the rares for War of the Spark. It's hard to get all the mythics. Alright, this seems like a decent hand. Chamber Sentry turn 2, Treasure Map turn 3, Scriptures turn 4. Really liking Scriptures. Mono white again. I could get Treasure Map started, but I feel like that's a high priority kill target. So we're going to do it while he's tapped out and can't use Sheltering Light to save it. I'll probably do Scriptures next turn, targeting my zombie. No. Yeah, actually, I'm going to play Treasure Map, remove 2 counters from Sentry, and kill his Legionnaire, I think. Because, again, I don't want him to have Sheltering Light in response to the Scriptures. Alright, so... Treasure Map. Kill the Legionnaire. The important thing to note about this deck is it relies heavily on the creatures. When you get a creature to stick, it's really good. But if you don't have a creature stick, then you've got a handful of do-nothings, usually. In this case, he got to use Reckless Rage because he got that zombie army token for free. Alright, so... do I want to play Ugin's Conjurant for a lot of mana? I think so. He's on 2 mana, so I think that's what we want to do. And we'll attack him for 2. Alright, so let's kill this. Let's attack him for 6. Alright, and then let's kill the feather. I think we should trade our sentry for the feather. Again, I don't like giving him a creature. Against this deck, I want to remove their creatures immediately. I don't want to give them a turn. They have too many things they can do. We just want to keep their board state empty as possible. Alright, so we'll scry. Not a bad card. Alright, and now at the beginning of our upkeep, we'll scry as well. Before we draw. Don't want that. So if I proliferate, this flips. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I have to attack here. He's got a chomp. Alright, well, he's got a window to use his stuff now. He could do 2 double Reckless Rage. Oh, I should have held down full control to get the trigger there. Sure, alright. Yeah, a little bit annoying now. Alright, so let's see if we can dig for something. No point in attacking. It's the trigger again. Okay. Alright, let's scry first. Before we draw with Treasure Cove. So the good news is we'll be able to draw quite a bit between these two. Alright, Chamber Sentry's good. Alright, so I'm going to play our Chamber Sentry for 1. And then we'll play our Ugin's Conjurant for 5. And I think we're going to try and win by overwhelming the board state with new stuff we draw here. Don't really gain anything by attacking this position since he's got 2 sheltering lights. So he can't really attack unless he has 2 chump blockers for both of these. I removed everything temporarily, and actually Arcanist doesn't really work once you have Feather out. If you don't have anything in your graveyard, because everything's going to exile, nothing's in your graveyard when you have Feather out. Alright, walk the plank. That's going to force a Defiant Strike, but we need to choke his mana up to do anything. I should have Scryed first. Price of Betrayal, okay. Cast down, that's good. Don't want to use this yet. This is hard removal versus here because he can't give it indestructible. Alright, so we'll pass. I think in a few turns we'll be in decent shape. Don't have instant speed. He is tapped out, but other than 1 mana. Alright, we'll keep the full control down so we get the Scry trigger. Or Karn's Bastion we can use when we need to. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Guess deal 3 to him. I could deal 2 to the Feather, force him to use a Sheltering Light, but that just uses mana because he keeps getting it back.
No friend of mine fights alone.
Johnny, okay.
You are capable of more than you assume.
So he's got 1 Sheltering Light, but we've got 2 removal spells. Just don't play land. Alright. Alright, so we'll lead off with... well, let's go to main. Alright. Lead off with Walk the Plank on Feather. Then he'll Sheltering Light, and we'll cast down it in response. No, he's just gonna let it die? Okay. Interesting. So we're just gonna win the game. Or we'll destroy the Arcanist. We'll use Price of Betrayal on this thing. Yep, he gets the idea. Alright. Alright, well that has been a playtest of my Artifact Black counter deck for the counter format. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and if you would like me to playtest any particular video or any particular deck, I make a video for it, please let me know. Thanks for watching.